Hello, today I'd like to talk to you about organising your practice. So, get off your phone. Actually, maybe don't get off it yet. You are probably watching this video on your phone. So I give you permission to get to the end of this video and then get off your phone. We need to be careful these days. We have all these distractions in our lives, and to do really good, organised, efficient practice, we need to lock ourselves in a room away from distractions. So let's talk about how we're going to organise our daily practice and make sure we get as much done as efficiently as possible. Let's say, for example, you only have 2 hours in your busy day to practice. Say you're still in high school, you've got classes, you've got lessons, activities. So one of the first things I recommend is, as soon as you get up in the morning, stick the clarinet in your mouth and practice. Don't have breakfast, don't brush your teeth, just get stuck into it and practice. You won't feel like it. But what I find really, really helpful is if you just get started, and always remember the first 10, 15 minutes of your practice will feel painful, but at least you will know that you've gotten that done. Then you'll go off and do your other things and you'll feel happy in the day that you've done that practice. So much of this is mental. It's really just in your mind. If you've got more time to keep going at that point, that's fine. But make a plan in the beginning of the day, and you say, okay, I'm going to, for example, practice 45 minutes here, 45 minutes there, half an hour here, and you space it out. Now, within that plan, write down exactly what you are going to achieve in each one of those sessions. Okay, so we don't spend the entire day on long tones, or we don't spend the entire day on scales. Let's cover all of the elements of our playing. It's very, very important. There are so many elements that come together to turn us into good clarinet players. So some of those steps that I think are really important to mention. First thing to cover is your long tones, your tonal exercises. If you don't develop your tone, no one is going to want to listen to you play the clarinet. I don't care how fast you can play, how high, how fast you can tongue, it doesn't matter. If you sound like a chainsaw, it's not nice. So spend the time working on your tone and developing your voice. That's who you are, and we all have our own unique voice. So in another video, I'll talk to you a little bit about some long tone exercises that I use. That's number one. Number two, definitely spend time on your scale exercises. Learn them all. There are so many different scale books. Spend time on your scales. Once you learn them, it's easy. Then it just becomes a daily exercise that you do to warm up your fingers. For instance, if you were running the 100 meters in the Olympics, would you warm up? Would you stretch your body? Of course you would. So we need to warm up our fingers before we get stuck into anything else we do. Number three, you might have some exercises that your teacher has given you. Spend some time on those. And then number four, articulation. Everything we play uses the tongue. It's not always fast tonguing. It can be slow, but it needs to be controlled. It's really important that we tongue very, very, very well. And then finally, as a reward to all your hard efforts, you can spend some time on your repertoire or your orchestral excerpts. Treat this as like a goal. When you get to your Weber concerto or whatever piece that you're working on, enjoy that reward. But if you dive straight to that part that many people do, you will find it more difficult. You'll be like, well, why is my tone not so nice? Why are the scalic passages not working so well? If you warm up your tone, warm up your tongue, warm up your fingers, then when you get to the Weber, for example, you will not need to spend much time practicing on it because you'll already be able to play it. So in your day, kind of work out what you need to work on, how many minutes you would like to work on all of these sections, just to make sure that you don't go over time and you cover everything you need to cover. Take breaks, and at the end of the day, be happy for what you've achieved, because you're going to have to get up tomorrow morning and do it all again. So get off your phone and go practice.